Hi guys, how are you? This is Raki, and it's been a while since I did a very long video for YouTube. And I am today going to do an acrylic pour, a Dutch pour, which is my favorite technique in acrylic pouring. So I'm going to use the hair dryer. This canvas is a gallery depth canvas of 12 by 24 inch. And I think my idea today is to do a blowout with maybe 3 colors on the base. So most part of it will be a white, and then I want to do 2 different shades of green as a 3 color split base. And then using a bunch of purples and pinks and gold, which is my favorite metallic to top off the Dutch pours, as the top colors. Now, all my colors are mixed with Floetrol, paint, and water. And the ratio is 2 part Floetrol, 1 part paint, and some water. I will put down the exact ratio in the description below. So I just want you guys to have fun and do this blowout with me. All right, let's get started. So starting with the white, and I'm just going to kind of go at an angle, like a little diagonal, and see how that pans out. And just flood the canvas with the base white. Here we go, that should be enough. And let's blow this out first before we do the other colors. Hair dryer is in low mode speed. I could do faster, and let's see what that does. So low mode, low speed will take you a little bit of time, but you have better control. And the high speed, if you're really an expert in using the hair dryer, then go ahead and use the high speed. It is a little bit scary, and it does go splatter a little bit more. So if you know your hair dryer well, then you can go ahead and do that. Use that high speed. Now I'm just getting the sides. We get the sides because when the blowout falls off the edge, it makes beautiful designs on the side. And I particularly really love that. So if the sides are wet with paint, with the base paint, the blowout just falls better and it looks better when it dries. You can also paint the sides if you are already knowing your base color. That is a neater trick. But in this case, it's simple enough, so I am just going with wetting the sides. Now, I have some bubbles here. That's what we're going to use the blowtorch to remove these bubbles. And just keep moving your blowtorch because you don't want to dry up the paint and you don't want to burn that paint. Now here, I think I'm going to go with this apple green or lime green because I think I'm going to make a design like this and then maybe split it a little bit. So yeah, maybe this lime green right over here. Okay. And let's blow that out first. That's good. And you will notice that I am not putting too much paint. I just feel that the colors come out a little bit more vibrant, and everything, you know, it dries better. You don't get much texture on your blowouts once it's dried, and it just works better. But then you have to have enough paint for, you know, your top colors to move well. So you have to strike that balance a little bit. Now I'm just going to go with a little bit of this darker green over here. And you'll see what I mean when I add the top colors of why I'm doing this. There we go. Now I'm just going to get the sides again with this green as well as the lime green, which I think I did not get. So I'm going to do it right now. And it's a little bit tricky doing 3 colors. So take your time when you're adding the base color. You can always use a spatula or I get these really large popsicle sticks. You can always add and move your colors with the popsicle sticks as well. You don't always have to use the hairdryer. Let's get these bubbles. That's good. Now let's start adding our top colors. I want to go with that green because I want to add some of that green in the rest of the area as well. So I'm just going to go and make a nice line with that green. Okay. And then I'm going to add another variant of green. I think this is mid green, just to give it a little bit variation. Then we add our pinks. So I'm going with kind of like a rose pink and a bit of fluorescent pink. Some purple. It's a darker shade. So always have a balance of lighter and darker shade as a contrast. And I'm going to do some here also, but I'm just seeing how these colors will look. And then this is a very light pink. And top it off with gold. All right. Now similarly, I'm going to make something there as well. So green, we already have enough going on. I'm going to add maybe a little bit of white, but let's go with the other colors. And I'm just going to, pick up similar colors. You can vary it a little bit. You don't have to do the layering the same way. In fact, yes, I will vary it a little bit. And let's see how that goes. Maybe I'll put the lighter pink first. And then the dark purple. And then I am going to top it off with gold. Just like this area. Now lastly, just a tinge of white, because we don't have white over there. And maybe on this side as well. So most of it doesn't go on one side. And that looks good. I have some air bubbles in the gold. I think I shook the bottle a little too much. And you know, when you get little dots like this, all you have to do is take your hand and it acts as an eraser. This is going to blow out there and cover it anyway. Okay, so something like this, I always kind of tend to start from the middle and see how my design goes. So I am using the hairdryer. This is a mini hairdryer by Lura, and it's really nice. And this is a concentrator. It helps with the airflow. So I always use a hairdryer with a concentrator. Makes better patterns and does blow the air nicely. And I'm going to use it in low mode. If you have a hairdryer with heat and cool, you can always use it in cool, because we don't want to dry up the acrylic too much. All right, let's do this blowout. Okay, I think I'm just going to start from here. And you notice that I didn't put too much of the base color because there's already a lot of color going on over here. Okay. I'm just playing around with it and seeing, you know, how the blowout looks. So far, so good. And you'll notice that I am not overusing the hairdryer, because the more you keep using it at one place, the colors blend and then the colors start to become muddy. So right now I've just used it once, and maybe some areas I tweak. Okay, and maybe here. And that looks pretty good, actually. I love the cells that are popping up. Let's torch this. I don't like this area that much, but let's torch this and see what happens first. I do like the 3 color split. I think that worked out pretty well. And I'm going to torch it more in the center first. And if nothing much is happening there, then I'll go towards the edges. I like a balance of cells. I don't like too much, but I do like some pattern and some cells. And I think this is looking pretty good. Maybe I can blow this area a little bit. Little tricky, because I love what's happening here. Okay, might have to lose this one. All right, I'll have to go for it. Yep. Hopefully I'll get those cells back. There we go. Now it looks more fluid, and I'm just going to maybe, yeah, not much. All right, I think this is beautiful. Now let's torch it again. And a nice balance of cells. And this is just Floetrol, water, and paint. There we go. Now, I want to show you guys a little trick. I think the blowout has come out very nice, but say I wanted something different happening here. And I want to show you guys how adding a little bit of color, even after you've done your blowout, you can still do modify your design a little bit, or some area if you didn't like, you can fix it. So what I'm going to do is add in a puddle rather than a line some of that color. Not too much, but enough just to get all the variations. And not in any particular order as such, just looking for a little variation. Maybe a little bit of that, sorry, purple, and a bit of that gold. All right, now let's see, without messing everything else up, how we can fix this. And I am just going to take some white, and because I'm going to blow this area, it doesn't matter if I'm adding a little bit more white here, because my intention is not to keep this design. Okay, and let's do this. That is beautiful. Okay, I do like this patch, which I'm just going to do with my hand. Make it go like that. Gorgeous. Okay, I have a feeling some cells will pop up here. Gorgeous. Let's take you in for a close-up. That's the overall. You can do this art this way, or you can view it this way. They both look nice. I've been doing so much of alcohol ink work, and that's what you see on my tables. It looks like a piece of art itself, the table cover. Hope you guys like this. Now, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like, and come back over for another blowout. And you know, just a little tip, like here, where I blew too much of that color, you can always just fix it, and it'll dry flat. Right over there. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one, guys.